Hi, welcome to this channel. My name is Shelly Kwiatkouski. I'm the founder of Hot House Yoga in Ormond Beach, Florida. Today I'm going to take you through about a 25-minute sequence. Before we get started though, I thought we would do a nice comfortable seat and start off with a mudra and some pranayama practice. And one of my favorite mudras is to interlace the fingers where the palms are up and then the thumbs touch each other. And the idea is that cradles right underneath the heart and it represents spiritual support. And we don't need to be in a crisis in order to have that available to us. That's something we can have all the time. So you just soften your eyes. Maybe you even close them and you draw your attention inward. Starting to connect with me, maybe the people around you, maybe yourself. There are subtleties of the physical body that the practice offers. One of them is when you start to connect with the edges of the sensations of what your skin feels like. Beginning to work pratyahara. In today's practice, we're actually going to start off on our back. So when you're ready, go ahead and roll onto your back. And we'll start with some breath and some simple movements. So we're going to go into bridge pose. The feet are going to be on the floor. And the idea is to walk your heels in a little bit closer so that your fingertips and your heels actually touch each other. And this is going to help elevate the spinal column as we make some movements. On the inhale, you'll bring your arms up over your head and start to get that stretch. So the palms are going to be up towards the sky. You're pressing the back of your head into the mat. And on the next inhale, raise your belly button and your hips up towards the sky as well. Now start to feel rooted in the heels of your feet at the same time as you're pressing the back of your head into the mat. Now we're going to make this more of a flow. So take a big inhale, stretch. Reach the hips up all the way up towards the sky and extend your fingertips farther away from you. And on the exhale, slowly lower your spine down, bringing your fingertips forward towards the heels of your feet. On your inhale, again, making that same movement, isometric movement through the spinal column. You're oscillating on the inhales and the exhales as your fingertips come forward and your fingertips come back. We want to feel this nice, supple stretch at the same time. Relaxing the spine as the fingertips come forward. Stretching out the belly as the fingertips go up. So find your own breath. No rush. On the next inhale, really lift up. Reach, 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 reach up and over. Because on the exhale, the transition changes. You'll drop your tailbone down. You're pulling your knees in and you're going to give yourself a big hug. Now tuck the chin into the chest so you can get a better grip. Getting a big C curve through the spinal column and around. You could pull the belly button in and up. Exaggerate the stretch through the pelvic bowl. And we'll reach your hands out. We're going to grab the blades of our feet. Hold on tight and use your feet to elevate your spine a little bit higher. We just want to engage the core, sort of wake it up this morning. And then continue to breathe. One more big breath here. Let's release the tailbone is going to soften. We'll turn our knees out for a happy baby, nice wide-legged straddle. Let the tailbone go towards the heels of the feet. Try to avoid elevating the tailbone up off of the mat so it goes more into the hips and less into the lower back. On the next breath, we'll bring our knees together. We'll cross them. You're going to slide your hands down your shins and reach for your ankles. And your ankles are going to come towards your armpits. Working on stretching out the IT bands. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Now every 15 seconds we have new muscle memory. Maybe you can walk your hands closer towards your feet. Maybe you're walking them closer towards your ankles, but use your upper body strength to sort of get you deeper into the stretch. One more big breath because we're going to take a twist from here. So release the left foot and then take both legs over towards the left side of the room for a spine twist. You can root your feet down to the ground so the stretch happens more through the side body so that that right shoulder can continue to extend over towards the right side of the room. We'll take a big breath in from here. See if you can soften a little bit more. And we'll release. You're going to come back to center. You're going to add eagle legs. Then you're going to add eagle arms. So the right arm is going to go underneath the left. You're going to cross at your forearms and your wrists until your palms touch. Remember, the option is to also hold on to your shoulders at the same time. We're going to bring our elbows towards our knees and pulse a few times. Keep pulling your belly button in and up. Now you can keep these as tight pulses, or you can make them as long as you want. Both of them are great, depending upon your needs. We'll do a few more of these. And on the last one, bring everything together. Squeeze your inner thighs as hard as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And we'll release. The arms are going to come out. We're going to unwind our legs and pulse from here. So your palms are going to face each other. You're lifting through the collarbone, and your legs are strong at the same time. Hold on tight. It's supposed to burn. It's a great way to get your day started. And release. Pull your knees in. Let's place the feet on the floor. Again, bridge pose, elevate, stretch out the front body and reach for the heels of your feet. Keep thinking about drawing your tailbone up nice and high towards the sky. A big breath in as the collarbone goes towards the chin at the same time. Wiggle your toes to make sure the weight's in your heels. And we'll release. One more time, pull those knees in, give yourself a big hug. Grab the edges of your feet. Squeeze your inner thighs together as you extend your heels towards the top of your mat. Maybe you tuck your chin in to support the neck. Perhaps you look towards the belly button. Keep breathing. One more breath. Lift, 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 lift. And let's release. One more time, happy baby. Grab the outside blades of your feet. Open up your knees. Descend the tailbone towards the floor. And we'll bring our knees together one more time. So this time, the left leg is going to go over the right. Go Mugasana legs, right? So your hands are going to slide down towards your ankles, but your calves are fine too, wherever your range of motion is. IT bands can get pretty tight. And be gentle as you coax your feet closer towards your armpits. In through the nose and out. Keep working on softening. This is not a good time to squeeze your glutes, by the way, but you could relax your shoulders. And on the next breath, release the right leg so that you can go into a twist. We're just going to take both of those feet over towards the right side of the room this time. Relax the feet down on the ground and then look over towards the left shoulder. There's a big breath in and a big breath out. Remember, use your props. One more breath. We'll come back up, eagle pose. So the left foot's going to go underneath the right. Your arms will come out. The left arm goes underneath the right arm. You find your eagle arms, or again, hold on to your shoulders. We'll pulse. Sometimes people like to keep the heels down and they just pulse the upper chest. Some keep the upper chest down and lift and lower the pelvic or the legs. I like to do both. It's like a BOGO, get one free. And then just keep elevating. Bigger stretches or tighter. We're going to do 5. Follow your own breath. Maybe your breath is quicker than mine and you can get 10 in. And then we're going to unrelease one more time, wide-legged straddle. The hands will come out in front of us, we'll pulse. Keep reaching as far beyond your legs as possible. Keep reaching, keep reaching. This will help us when we go into half moon pose. And release, pull your knees in, grab behind your thighs. Handstanders, go ahead and fly. We're going to pull the knees in and roll, rounding the spine back and forth. We're going to meet at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Just extend from here, lengthening your spine. Fold to your chest and thighs touch. Now this is going to be a moving crow pose. So inhale your arms up towards the sky. Find the back bend. Chest up, arms back. And then exhale, fold. Bring your hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Set yourself up for crow. Now as you come into crow pose, I want you to exaggerate. The right foot's going to stay towards the right wrist. The left foot can stay down on the ground, or you can pull it in towards the heel or your glute. Hold for a couple of breaths. There is certainly no reason to rush the process. We've already fired up the core. Now all we need is a little bit of concentration. The right foot comes down to the mat, standing splits. Take your left leg up towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring yourself a little bit closer towards the right leg. Again, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, bring yourself a little bit closer towards the right leg. Bring your right hand out in front of you. Don't forget to place it on a block if it's necessary. Feel the stacking of your hips as you start to bring that left arm up towards the sky. Work on bringing your gaze so that it's parallel. And breathe. Start to bend your right leg and hold. Find your center here. This left leg is going to help you get into Warrior 2. As you come into Warrior 2, get landed in your feet. Turn your right knee out. Reach forward with the right arm. Peaceful Warriors. The left arm goes down. Today we're going to look towards the foot. We're going to sweep the left arm forward and focus on the stretch. In through the nose and out. Draw those hips back so that you start to open up the front body a little bit further. And then side angle stretch. Bring the right hand down to the mat
as the left arm comes all the way up towards the sky. In through the nose and out. The left arm's going to come forward. One of my favorite poses is Skandasana. So you bring your left hand down, walk yourself all the way towards the back of your mat so you're on the ball of your left foot. Externally rotate the right leg. Oh, it's such a good stretch. Now you can leave your hands down on the mat if you'd like. You can take them out in front of you. You can also drop them down on the ground. What's great about this particular stretch is the inner thighs and the lower back connection. In through the nose and out. Walk your fingertips in towards you. You're going to lean over so that you lean right over the right leg. See if you can hover a little bit. Now, the idea is a lot of times people get stuck on transitions. But my favorite part about transitions is the creative process. So I would encourage you to start working on lifting yourself up and off of that back heel so you can start to feel yourself a little bit more forward. And that's going to help us get to the next pose. We'll lean forward. Lower your left knee down to the ground. Place the left hand on the mat. Sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Let the right arm go towards the back of the room. Reach for that foot. Now we're going to add the back bend here. So as you grab the outside of the foot, first pull the heel in to get the stretch. And then extend it all the way back and open it up. Now feel free to do this a few times, working on getting deeper into the quad, or maybe you're feeling it more in your hamstring. It's all good. One more time. Kick, 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 kick. Let's release. We'll extend that leg down. The right arm is going to meet the left arm. Walk your hands out in front of you so you can drop your forearms down to the ground for dragon pose. Keep working on opening up the right leg. So often we let the left hip fall towards the floor, so see if you can work on squaring it off. It changes the relationship to the right hip flexor, so if you've never tried that before, explore it. Keep working it, keep working it. Oh, yep, there it is. Remember, staying on your hands is just as powerful. One more big breath here. You're going to lean back. And as you lean back, you're going to create a claw with your hand. It's going to slide underneath this ankle right here. As it slides up the ankle, you're going to slide the right shoulder underneath. Now, as you slide the right shoulder underneath, keep walking that foot in closer towards you so you have a good relationship to it. Now, your right hand's going to go towards the back of your mat. It could almost touch the heel of your foot. That's what you're shooting for if you lean back. And then as you do that, I want you to pull that heel in again and place it in your right elbow. And then hold on to it. So the whole idea is that the foot is in your elbow and your right hand is on your ankle, and it is an amazing groin stretch. So you can either do this, or you can hold on to your ankle at the same time. So stay on your forearm, hold on to your ankle. Either way, you gotta breathe. In through the nose and out. One more breath. Now when you release this foot, just leave it down on the ground. All you're going to do is sink to the inside of it so that the leg can come up. So you can stay in the variations. Here we are. Work on getting that leg up higher over the shoulder. It means you're going to have to elevate your hip pretty high. Then hold on to the right foot with your left hand. The closer your hand is, the more intense. The further away, the less intense. So depending upon what you're in the mood for. The more stress in the body, the gentler we need to be. You take a big breath in and a big breath out. Kick. And as we slowly release, place that foot right on top of your left knee. So here we are in fire logs. We'll inhale our arms up towards the sky. We'll bring the hands out in front of us to sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Keep inhale lengthening, and then exhale softening your hips. It can also be really helpful if you find yourself tight, is you can take those same claw hands again, place them in your hips, and then pull your hips back, extend your heart forward, and this is going to give you maybe a couple centimeters, a couple inches, it doesn't really matter. It should give you relief. One more big breath. On the next breath, we'll come back up. You're going to helicopter. So bring your left hand towards the left side of the mat. Bring the right arm over to meet it. Place the right foot down on the ground. Here we are. One-legged down dog. Bring your right leg up nice and high. Dangle the right leg over towards the left side of the room so it feels really good. You might even want to flip the dog. So come forward into high plank. Place the right foot behind you. Lower the hips down so that you can actually go up a little bit higher. And then see if you can get your hips to go closer towards the ceiling and your chest closer towards the top of your mat. When you get ready to back out, maybe you lower your hips and you use a little momentum to bring the right hand to the top of the mat where your right foot will meet it. Enjoy that lunge where the left foot will meet it. We'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Again, sweeping the arms up towards the sky because you never want to cheat yourself from a front body stretch. So inhale, lift up. And then exhale, fold. The hands are going to come all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen. So walk, jump, or fly once you go into crow pose, right? And then we'll meet at the top. Your tippy toes will come together. Again, we're just working on crow. So you're flexing the toes of your left foot. Maybe the right foot stays down. Maybe it comes all the way up. The idea is to work on straightening your arms and then having some stability at the same time. So concentrate. Once the left foot comes down, standing splits, take that leg up. Inhale, lengthen. Create some space between your thigh and your chest. That will help you get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Use your right leg. Allow it to reach up towards the sky. Don't worry, we're going to plug in. So inhale, lengthen, walk your fingertips out in front of you. Stack. Use that relationship between the pelvic bowl and your legs to stack one bone on top of the other to come into balancing half moon. Bend your left leg. The right leg is going to support you because it's going to draw towards the back of your mat. It's so important to feel that transition. Much like life, right? It makes things a little bit easier to maneuver through change. So you come into your warrior two, draw that knee back, land in your feet at the same time. Lean forward and then find the peaceful warrior. Keep sinking. And again, maybe you look down this time. Side angle stretch. The left arm comes down. Push it into the knees and the arm goes up towards the sky. Wherever your drishti is, make sure it's serving you, because you want to open up the chest. The right arm comes forward. Skandasana towards the back of the mat. Coming up onto the ball of your right foot, you turn your left leg up towards the sky. Again, your hands can come out in front of you. They can come in. But let's be honest, we've been practicing this together for a long time. You all have your favorite thing, so do that. We're going to take a couple of breaths here. Work on opening up the right knee. And if your hands are out, walk them in. And then take them all the way over towards the middle of the mat so you flank over your left leg. And then focus on the opening. Spider fingers are good, so are blocks, to start elevating. Right, feeling that lift. And we're going to go all the way to the top of the mat. Here we are. You lower your right knee down. Sweep the left arm up. Reach it towards the back of your mat. It's always, if you talk to your body nicely, it's more inclined to do more for you. So you nicely ask it to come in. And you nicely ask it to touch your glute. And you nicely turn up towards the sky. And then maybe you kick away. Cooperation. Cooperation. There is a cooperation that happens between the body, the mind, and the spirit. On the next breath, we'll lower that foot back down. The left arm comes up and over. Don't want to miss the stretch. Walk your hands out. Drop your elbows down to the ground. And like I talked about earlier, work your hips. We'll walk our hands in. You're going to get your claw, slide it up the back of your calf. Work that shoulder underneath the knee. Take your time. This back foot, we're going to reach for it. So keep thinking about leaning back. You can reach back with your left hand, as you see me demonstrating, and reach for the foot. Now, if you can't get it in your elbow, you might have to walk or straddle in a little bit. That's usually the common challenge for people. And as you bring that foot in and you hold on to it, you're going to slide it up so that it goes right into your forearm. Hopefully you can see from there. And then work on the rotation of your pelvic bowl. Have both hands grab onto the left ankle and soften. Maybe you lean forward more. Maybe you lean back. Wherever you go, you got to soften. A couple more breaths. Let go of that left thigh bone. All right, let's release. Bring that right foot down. Sit to the inside of it. Hold on to your leg. So again, working on that shoulder. Open it up. Let the left hip come up really high. That helps. And then again, where you place your hand is entirely up to you, whether it's close or out really far. You can lean towards the left side for a bigger stretch, or you could take it closer towards the ceiling for a different stretch. 5 breaths wherever you're at. Now in the 5 breaths, it's not about sitting in resistance, it's about softening deeper into your body. Keep going, keep opening, open, open, open. We'll bring it in. Place that foot right on top. Here's your shoelace. So you may need to rock your hips a little bit, especially if you feel like you're getting too grounded. Take your arms up. Use the claw hands we talked about. You can place them right underneath your hips. And then lean forward into it. Big breath in. And then exhale as far as you can. Maybe this time you can bring your elbows in a little bit closer because your whole body is now more open. When I practice, I can feel the tension as it goes in and it goes out. I find that for many of us, the idea of softening is such an unfamiliar idea. We're just so used to resistance. One more breath. We'll walk our hands back in. We're going to lean over. So bring your right hand down and then the left hand. Bringing yourself back into downward facing dog. Coming into high plank. Take your low plank. Inhale into up dog, and then again, because I like those up dogs. And then take it into child's pose. And as you move into child's pose, see if you can leave your hands at the top of the mat so that the spine gets longer. We'll slide forward into puppy pose. So your forearms can come down onto the mat. The idea is you want to have your tailbone so that it's in line with your knees. So try to make that happen. Now widen your sit bones. You guys hear me say that all the time in class. It just means you're not squeezing your glutes. So if you want to know how to do that, just stop squeezing your glutes. Okay? Press your elbows down and see if you can get your chest to touch the floor. Maybe your chin touches the mat. One more breath. Place the forearms back down on the mat. And then walk your right hand in and your left hand in. Downward facing dog. And as you walk it in and out, let's just bring our feet in so they're about 3 feet from our hands. We'll come up onto the ball of the left foot. Take your right hand back. Maybe you can reach for the toes. You'll reach for the blade of the foot. This is how we're going to do our final twist. Look underneath your left armpit. Draw your left hip towards the floor. Maybe your heel goes down. It's also a balancing pose. So plug into the shoulder girdle. We'll release The right hand's going to meet the left. We'll try the other side. So I'm going to exaggerate the movements. You come up high onto the ball of the right foot. The left hand comes back. You grab the outside blade of the foot. And you turn your head underneath the right armpit. Now draw your right hip back. That should give you some space in your side body. Then maybe you draw your right heel towards the floor at the same time. In through the nose and out. Pull the belly button in and up. The left hand will meet the right. We'll walk our feet to the top of the mat. Maybe you heel ball toe it. And we'll come down onto our backs. And as you lie down for your final Savasana, what I'd like you to do is focus on extending your arms out and your legs out. So today, let's try bringing the arms up over the head. Now, not so tight that the arms are elevated. So if you need to bring them out further or further to make that happen, do that. And then rock your feet so you can feel the feet where they naturally want to go. You take a big breath in. Tuck your chin in slightly so the back of your head's in contact with the mat. And close your eyes. Just breathe. The wise yogi knows that this is the most important pose. Where you call all of your senses back. Taking a comfortable seat in your own empowerment. We'll place our right hand on our heart and our left hand on our belly. Grateful for this new day. And we'll pull our knees into the chest. Roll over onto your favorite side, preparing to come out of final Savasana. And we'll come up into a comfortable seat, just like we started. And we'll revert back to interlacing the fingers where the thumbs are touching and placing the palms underneath the heart. I am grateful for this new day, its beauty and its light, and a chance to begin again. May we all be freed from yesterday's limitations, and today may we be reborn. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. From my heart to yours, I say namaste. Have a great day, peeps. Have a great day. Mwah.